And right where that new building is now, that conference center, most of you probably didn't know it, but that was an inlet there. There was water in there. They filled that in. And we'd be walking along there to go in there, and right where that fire hall is, that was a dirt road up there. I remember walking down that hill and walking back up that way with my dad when we used to go down and bail a boat, clean the boat. He had a big job. He refloated the boat and made a real beautiful boat out of it. It was a beautiful gill netter. And the ones that got gray hair in here have seen a lot of changes. A lot of changes. And in our culture, we'd say it hasn't been for the good. And we would say we take too many shortcuts. We don't go. And we can't tell the answer. The individual has to live that answer, but we can guide them. So to say, these are the rules and regulations. These are the rules you have to live by. The Thiefton's Paul, always speak the truth. Quam comes forward, I told you, your gut feeling, your heart, and your mind, make sure they get along. Be ready before you go out that door. Always be ready, be prepared. Make sure everything's good inside the home before you leave, before you go and face the day. That's it about for me. That's my little story.
The First Nations got the right to vote in 1960 in this country. Do you remember that when you were young?
No, don't remember. Nowadays we're allowed to vote now in the federal election, but we're not allowed to vote in the provincial one yet. We're still not allowed to vote. And I think that's really discriminatory because everything that they do in the city or around here affects us.
Are you talking about the provincial election?
Yes.
Or municipal?
Or municipal, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because of taxes?
Yeah.
What about in 1969, the Supreme Court, there was a case in the Northwest Territories which allowed natives to drink legally at that point. Did you see a tsunami or anything hit your villages from alcohol?
It affected the First Nation people because they, that was kind of a bad, I wouldn't go any further than that, yeah. I remember that.
Either one of you, Geraldine, about 3 months ago I was at the unveiling of the totem pole at the in the library, and a wonderful carver, Jimmy John, told a story about the thunderbird on top of Mount Benson that came to be Quachapaya. Do you know how to tell this story?
I know the story, but I do it justice if I read it. I don't have it in memory. That's a beautiful story.
Next time.
Do you guys burn the grass like the prairie people do? Like they burn the seagrass?
Not really, not grass. It's no, usually just purifying, cleansing, bathing with we'd probably boil what is it? Talc. The only things that we do is boil talc, cedar branches.
Well, you burn cedars. You burn the cedars. What is the significance of that? Like that?
A lot of it does. A lot of it has to do with purification, thinking properly, hearing properly, speaking properly. A lot of cleansing. It's not just short term, it's long term. Got to learn how to pray, learn how to speak. We talk about appeasement.
And just quickly about the talking stick. I'm always curious about the talking stick. Is there something about talking stick? No. You sort of hear about the talking stick.
No, in our law class we don't use talking sticks within our community. It's someone else houses.
Oh, okay.
And one of the other, there are many medicinal medicines that we still use today to help us cleanse and purify and have our mind to be able to be open, to be able to see. There are medicinal medicines that you can use for cold, but also if one's really ailing and is there a delusional, there's medicine that is used to calm that.
Do you have any books about that?
Angie Ellen is one of the herbalists in our community, and she's now just working on that, her book.
Hello, Jerry. My name's Wenna. I really appreciate Geraldine and Jerry both your time today. I wondered if you could just say a quick word about your teaching Hulkaminum now and what that's like and how that's doing.
Is that fair?
How you're helping and how you're teaching, how you gain your, what does helping do to you today?
Mhm. It's given me more appreciation, and I understand a little bit more now about what my mother and grandparents used to say. They never tell you the answer, but they tell you what to do, and you always used to say, "Why do I have to do that?" You know, that's the number one question. That's the mind would sort of say, "Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to go bathe on 4 mornings in a row, January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th? Why is that? Why do I have to do that?" Go ask your uncle, he'll tell you. And I'd say, well, he'd say, that's the beginning of the new year. That's preparation time. That's preparation that you're going to face the year, that you're going to do. You're really going to face this year and do good in the year. How do you appease? How do you go for almost like a baptism? You're cleansing yourself, purifying yourself so you can prepare and to live a good, strong life for that year. Yeah, Hulkaminum has opened tremendous amount of doors. I'm happy, and I went 6 years into schooling. I had to go back to school. Had to get my grade 10 to 12. I had to go back and get that, and then I had to go to English courses, learn how to write, and do lesson plans at Vancouver Island. And out of a class of 33, I was the only one to graduate.
Wow.
And that was, I'd say, how many times did I quit? Probably about 200. You know, and you say, I really don't need this. I can go back building houses. I could be a laborer building homes, or I could go back and get my ticket and go back welding, things like that. And my wife Joni said, no, I don't like your cough, and I want your eyesight to be really good. Those, you know, when I go welding, your eyes are sore during the night, and she said, I don't like that. He said, we got enough money for us to keep going, pay our bills, and I want you to go back and get your Hulkaminum ticket. But when I was there, when I told you earlier that she tricked me and sort of saying, well, it's only a little while. And, after I was there about 3 weeks, I said, no way in hell this is going to be a 4 months job, I mean a 4 months term. But the more you went, we were lucky we had really good teachers. And when they spoke, they talked about appreciation, being thankful. And like what I said, they said, when you fill yourself up with vocabulary, you're going to learn how to talk. And it's almost like in any language, you're going to understand a little bit better, understand it. You're a little bit more patient. I was really impatient and humble. Teaches you tremendous amount of humility. You're learning it faster than probably was the other way. I was pretty arrogant.
And who are you teaching now?
I teach a school district. I'm happy to say I'm in North Cedar Intermediate, Georgia Avenue, Bayview, Brecken, Seaview,
Oh.
and Fairview.